Okay, this is the app Explain Everything, and we're looking at the interface with all the different annotation tools down the side. And you'll notice at the bottom what looks like a series of recording tools. It can be used in many different ways, but in this case we're using it to illustrate how a teacher or a student could give more customized and individual feedback to a learner about a piece of written work. So what I'm going to start by doing first of all is to turn on the recording button, and this will now record every action that I make, including my voice and any annotations that I write on the script. I'm going to select a pen colour, so if we hold the pen tool down, I'm going to select green, a medium-sized pen and a little bit thicker in terms of transparency, and off we go. So, one day, or should I say one night, well, my cat called Millie woke me up. Now this is a good starting sentence, but it has got one or two mistakes that need to be addressed. I think somewhere in here we need to include some punctuation, so I'll highlight that part. And if we go on, I followed her into Ferguson's room. Now there is clearly an issue about the apostrophe, so can you have a look at that again, please? Have a look at where you think the apostrophe should be in that little bit I've highlighted. Let's go on. But when I got there, there was a briefcase there instead. Now it sounds a little bit clumsy because you've got the word there here and you've got it there again. Can you think of how you might rephrase that little sentence just to bring out one use of the word there? I looked around the room for Fergus. Under the bed, behind the curtains, in the cupboard, under the table. Some good ideas here, lots of description, but it might flow a little bit better if we were to make these sentences longer, perhaps by thinking about the use of a semicolon. So if you could go back, have a look at that, consider my advice, and then redraft that paragraph. Okay, now that's the feedback that I would give to the student, or we might give to an imaginary student. We would now stop the record button, and we can play that back and listen to what we've said and see how we actually said it. So let's just try that for a second. One day, or should I say one night, well, my cat called Millie woke me up. Now this is a good starting sentence, but it has got one or two mistakes that need to be addressed. I think somewhere in here we need to include some punctuation, so I'll highlight that part. And if we go on, I followed her into Ferguson's room. Now there is clearly an issue about the apostrophe, so can you have a look at that again, please? Have a look at where you think the apostrophe should be. Okay, I'm going to stop that now because you get the idea. You can see how the feedback's being provided and how the student could therefore work on that. In order to turn this into a resource that the student could use, we need to actually make it into a movie. And if we click on this little button here where the video icon can be seen, it gives you a variety of different options. You can send it to the photo roll, or you might decide to send it to YouTube where the student could pick it up, or you could email it to the student. I'm going to just actually send it to photo roll, and what you can see it's doing is compressing the movie, making it a lot smaller and therefore a lot more manageable. And that's basically what Explain Everything can do in terms of customizing and giving more individual feedback.